We're going to be working out of Ephesians this evening, the first chapter and verses 3 through 8. I'm going to be talking to you this evening about enthusiasm or excitement. We sang that little tune, "Get all excited, go tell everybody that Jesus Christ is King." I looked over this great congregation and I had to whisper to my good friend, what's his name? Dave Collar. I don't know if they believe that or not. Get all excited, go tell everybody. So I'm here tonight to just rile you up a little bit. You ready to be riled up? You know, we're only 3 weeks away from camp meeting. And I think we ought to put our feet to the fire and get a little riled up. Now, I brought some props with me this evening to help with that. One of them is this little thing. What's that say on it, Gary?
Ohio State.
Well, I hope it says the same this does.
It does. It says Ohio State. Now, I don't know what comes to your mind when you think about Ohio State University, but here's what comes to my mind. Now, I didn't say this. Sports writers say this, okay? So if you want to argue, you argue with them. This would rile me up if I were from Ohio. You know what they say about Ohio State University? Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's pretty nasty, isn't it? That's pretty nasty. Gary, you can have that after service. This one I can't give away because it doesn't belong to me. Can you see that big M? Michigan. Now, I don't say bad things about Michigan. I've got good friends that are from Michigan. When they tell me that they root for that school, I said, boy, I wish you'd cheer for a Christian school like this one, the Florida Gators. I said that about Florida. The sports writers didn't say that. Do you know what the sports writers say about Michigan? Overrated. I didn't say that. Now be careful here. The sports writers say that. Do you know what they say about this team? Makes me mad because this is my team, one of them. You know what they say? Underachievers. The very best team in football this year. Are we getting riled up a little bit yet? Man, it's hard to get you folk on fire. A Christian school, Florida Gators. I had a lady stop me in the store. Paula got me this really neat polo shirt, and it's got just a little tiny gator on it. And a lady, she must have been, I don't know what kind of fan she was, but she came up and pointed right at that, and she says, "I want you to know the only good gator is a dead gator." I don't know any sports writer says that. You know what I said back to her? I said, "That's not what they tell me. They tell me if you're not a gator, you're gator bait." I ought to have you stand for this one because it's my all-time favorite team. It's another Christian school, and I take a lot of heat from this from Eldred and Luann. They go to that, or they're favorites of that Michigan school. This is my favorite team. By the way, there's another team, but I haven't read about anything about them in so long that I can't tell you about them. I couldn't find a mug in Florida about them. It's Penn State. Anybody ever heard of Penn State? Well, we're getting a little enthusiasm here, maybe. Goodness sakes. I even fold this very carefully. My daughter got me this for Christmas 4 or 5 years ago. Notre Dame. Now that's a great tradition. Anybody here besides me a Notre Dame fan? I didn't think so. Well, you're not sufficiently riled up yet, so